July 2025. In Gaza, the sun rises over devastation, exposing a silent catastrophe: famine. The United Nations has issued its gravest warning. Starvation is now a brutal reality, and children are its first victims. Clinics overflow with malnourished children, their bodies frail, their futures slipping away. The specialized food that could save them is nearly gone. Within days, supplies will run out. Doctors and nurses fight a losing battle, forced to watch as children waste away. This is not a natural disaster but a famine created by conflict and policy. Food has become a weapon. The world has been warned for months, yet aid convoys remain blocked, and pleas go unanswered. Gaza's children are starving not by accident but by design. The international response is paralyzed by politics, while the window to act closes rapidly. For these children, time is measured in heartbeats, and each one is fading. This is a slow-motion disaster, entirely preventable and a stain on our collective conscience. The silence of Gaza's famine is an urgent call for action the world cannot ignore. Gaza's hunger is no accident, it's the result of a suffocating siege. Humanitarian access is choked off, border crossings sealed, supply routes destroyed. Over 2 million people, half of them children, are trapped, struggling for every meal. Aid convoys are delayed for weeks, sometimes never allowed in. Even when aid arrives, essentials like baby formula are blocked or discarded at checkpoints. The UN reports over 1,000 Palestinians killed while trying to get food since May. The violence at food distribution points turns desperation into tragedy. Israel denies famine, blaming Hamas, but the UN and aid groups point to Israel's blockade as the root cause. The US-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is insufficient, and most NGOs refuse to work with it. The result? A deadly stalemate, where innocent civilians pay the price for political deadlock. The numbers from Gaza reveal a generation at risk of being erased. Over 70 children have died from malnutrition this year. The true toll is likely far higher. 9% of Gaza's children are now severely malnourished, facing irreversible harm. Only a fraction of needed nutritional supplies are reaching those in need. For over 1 million children, starvation is an immediate threat. Birth rates have plummeted, and newborns face life-threatening odds from the start. Mothers, themselves starving, cannot breastfeed. Formula is scarce and unaffordable. 90% of Gaza's population lacks safe drinking water, fueling disease. The healthcare system is shattered. Most hospitals are damaged or destroyed. This is a total collapse, where every support for survival has been stripped away. In Gaza's hospital wards, the crisis becomes heartbreakingly real. Dr. Amira Khalil describes Sela, an 11-month-old baby weighing just 8 pounds, too weak to cry, fading without therapeutic food. Sela's story is one of thousands, each a silent plea for help. Mothers like Fatima walk miles for formula, forced to choose which child goes hungry. Aid workers, once providers of hope, now stand in food lines themselves, risking their lives for a bag of flour. Even journalists covering the crisis are starving. These stories reveal a society unraveling under the weight of hunger. Doctors can no longer heal, mothers cannot feed their children, and aid workers cannot provide aid. Each voice is a desperate call for intervention. Behind every statistic is a human life on the brink. The world's indifference is felt in every empty stomach and every unanswered cry. These are not just stories of suffering, they are demands for urgent action. Gaza's famine is a human tragedy that must not be ignored. As Gaza starves, the world debates and delays. International condemnation is loud, but action is slow and insufficient. Humanitarian aid falls short, and ceasefire talks are stalled. Legal experts warn that blocking relief and starving civilians may be war crimes. The clock is ticking. Every moment lost means more lives lost. This is a test of global conscience and moral responsibility. The children of Gaza are not pawns. They have a right to food, safety, and a future. Immediate, unconditional opening of humanitarian corridors is a moral imperative. The world has the means to end this famine. Only political will is lacking. We must not look away. We must demand action and support those risking everything to help. Gaza's silence is a warning. Act now before it becomes permanent.